want to talk about something I noticed here recently. Has to do with the black hole, the hole I call the black hole. So it's up here, and this is where I think the UFOs or UAPs are coming through this angle right here and going to this. That's this spot that doesn't grow any vegetation right there. It's like a circle, about 30-foot diameter. I camped right here one night and heard things moving all night long outside my tent. Slept with a pistol as a pillow that night. I thought it was probably deer, but maybe not. But anyway, so there's a lot going on right here at this spot. This hill that's right here is the same size roughly as the Moon Temple Pyramid at Teotihuacan, and this looks like a runway through here for UAPs, like the temple in Teotihuacan. There's a at the end of the Avenue of the Dead, there is a big area right in front of the Moon Temple. It's like a landing spot. That's a heck of a coincidence too. And the alignment of this runway is the same as the Avenue of the Dead in Teotihuacan, 15 degrees northeast. Well, that's an interesting thing. So one of the large symbols, significant symbols in Egyptology, Egypt, is the winged disc. It's on a lot of things. It's on temples. Let's pull it up here. So you can see it on temples, above the entrance to temples, the disc with two serpents here, the Uraeus, they're called, and the wings here. And you see it a lot. And so it has a lot of different meanings, but means divinity, loyalty, power. Horus also, and so Horus is a protector of the kings, and Horus also is the end result of enlightenment or a raised frequency, and that was the name of the game back in the olden days. So see that here's a good example of the winged disc here. So Akhenaten, the heretic pharaoh in the new kingdom, he changed all the religion to the disc, the Aten, and possibly that's what this here is the Aten. And he outlawed all other things, got rid of all the other gods, and then mysteriously he vanished off the history. His son Tutankhamun, he took over, and then wasn't long that he brought all the old gods back and went back to the same old religion with all the 9 main gods. So did Akhenaten come to North America and see this hole or this spot and see the UAPs coming in and out, to where he said, we're not going to worship the gods that are just glyphs, super glyphs on the mountainsides. There's Hathor, remember, Anubis, Beset, Seth, Wascepter, Apis Bull, just more and more and more. But he says we're gonna worship the disc, the Aten, through me. He's the only one that could pray to it. What I've read too. So it's a big deal. And it might not be the sun. And in fact, most books say it's not the sun that he's calling the Aten. He's worshiping. It's the disc. Some say it represents what the sun, what the sun gives. That's a representation, but maybe it's literally this circle right here where the UAPs come in and out. Must be a lot of scalar energy right here, life force energy. And so occurred to me that we see these glyphs on the mountainsides. What if what if this disc right here has wings above it? And you know what? It sure looks like it. You can look at it, but you know the only way you can see this stuff is from high up. So is that? Did the aliens show somebody this? Did the UFOs take somebody up here? But here's kind of the outline of the wing right here, up along, and then here's the other side. So this could be looked at as a wing above this hole right here, above the circle. And if you start pulling back, you can see other wings. And some other religions have this winged sun disk, and they have more than a pair of wings. They have 2 pairs or 3 pairs. So you start looking here, and there's another set of wings right here, possibly. And then another one in here, and then this one out here. So there could be 3 pair of wings here at this disc that is talked about throughout history. Persia, they have their winged disc with a man standing in the center of a bearded man. Maybe he's the ET. He represents the ET. So very interesting. Different view here. There's half there. So you get up in here, you can see these wings. Mountains look like wings here. This thing looks like feathers right here. And then the holes, the circles, the disc is kind of at the bottom edge of the wings too. So it might be a reach, but you know what? It's worth looking at. So here's the Persian one with the man in here at the circle. Also, I saw was thinking the eyes of Ra, when the Horus and Ra are together. A lot of times there's a circle in between them. Is that a map that shows you? And I've shown you the map on the globe of how that lays out on the flat map, atlas. If you pull out the atlas and lay it flat, is that a map to show you how to get to the spot here, the ring? They call it the Shem ring, but maybe this is the hole where they are coming out or going in. So, anyways, remember I talked about the ruins that I saw up here. It's hard to see in this current Google Earth here, but there's some circles here, 3 circles, an arrow right here, another circle, and kind of a boat-shaped image just barely peeking through the surface of the ground here. There's also 2 serpents right here. Let me pull up a picture. So they were hard to see, and in fact, you can only see them on Google Earth, and barely, but it's something that kind of jumps out at you looking at Google Earth when you're looking at the terrain. But when I was out there hiking that day, that weekend I camped right here, I was right up here looking for these, and I just couldn't make it out. But with the winged disc, usually there's a pair of uraeus on each side of the disc, and those are cobras or serpents. And so it's significant because the pharaohs wore uraeus on their headdress, and you see them depicted with those 2 cobras on each side, which means protection again, and a higher plane. So anyways, and I found these a long time ago. You guys that follow me probably remember me bringing these up 8 years ago. So it's suddenly connecting all of this together, is that there's the serpents. And they're right in here. I kind of just barely make out. There's one right here, and then the other one's like right here. I think one right here. Anyways, depending on this. But so if somebody was up here today to see this and record this image, that they wanted to be able to tell this is such a significant spot. Here's E.T. or the Seraphim, and I talked about the Watchers before too. This runway here, this sun dagger, and this hole look like the symbol for the Watchers. Are the Watchers angels? Not ETs, but actually angels. Or if the angels are going in and out of here all the time, in a different dimension. Something else to think about.